Hello, can you hear me? Good morning. Good morning, Chandana. You can hear me okay? Yes, thank you very much. Okay,
Yes,
great.
sir, we can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Let me share my screen and you can see my screen also, right?
Yes, sir, your screen is
Okay,
visible.
wonderful. Thank you. So what we will do, I think we have 1 more minute, but today we will have, compact session 6 we'll complete and then we'll start 7, but we will have a quiz for 6. And let me share you something which is useful for you. Okay. I think you can see my chat, right? But let me see if I can paste it. I have told you this before, but one more time. All of you can see the chat? And any questions? I think we talked about it, but just for your information. Also, are you able to, by the way, see the prior presentations somewhere? Because Takshila, I'm not able to upload. Let me share you what I mean. See, bits login. This is your e-learning portal, and this is my mail ID password. And these are my courses that I have taught before. And this is one of the course, design and operation of data center, right? So if I go inside, I should be able to see here a button called you can upload, right? You can edit on or something. So I'm not able to put my presentations here. So I will talk to bits guys. Not available unless your email address does not start with two hidden. I don't know what is saying. Please make sure. Okay, go here. Okay. So how do I share the presentation? Okay, next section. Topic 1. If I want to, what is this EN? Generally, in the past I will see here edit on, right? And then I will just upload the presentation. So anybody has idea? How do I upload? Anyway, I will talk to the bits guys and tell them that I'm not able to upload the presentations. Topic 1, search, coming event, recent activity. So somehow I'm not able to upload. What is this? E-learn portal. Yeah. And then my academics, my courses, view. So unfortunately, what is email ID? Yeah, this is email ID. And I'm not able to upload the presentation. So I'll check with them. So any other way with we can put in the Teams, right? So right. This is our Teams. How do I? Okay, here if I action apps, attach the file, right? I will just put it here. What do you guys think? Browse, upload from this device, right? And I will go to latest, this one, and I upload, let's say 6, open. So is this going to work for you guys? Just can you please check? Uh, I'm just putting it here. Maybe you can, because you need this to refer back and maybe i- till the time I figure it out. Can somebody open this and tell me, can see this 6? And I will put 7 also. What will happen? So you can keep reading and come prepared with questions if you want, right? So let me see. Can somebody tell me that you can see the presentation 6? Upload from this device. And this is my 7th presentation. Open. Excellent. Thank you, Chandana. Thank you so much. I think let's do this way. But please don't open 7 yet. We are not started, but it's okay. I mean, please focus on 6. We'll finish 6 and then we'll go to 7. Okay. Great. So let's see. I will open locally. Okay, this is where we were. 6, I think we were on the when I was explaining you the APIs, right? SOAP and REST last time. So let's see this programmability, right? Software defined storage programmability we're talking. So you guys are all able to see my screen, right? So and we were on the 6. So I will finish 6. We will have quiz for 6. You already saw this, you know, the marks allocation and okay. So Chandana, do you mean to say I have, Teams, some files there, some folder I can do? See, I'm here, right? So, or this is okay, whatever I have done just now. Chandana, are you suggesting me to upload on the Teams? In the Teams, in the sense, I'm here in the Teams. Um, Suppose we go here and these are MTech VLSI design. Okay, where is my teams with this subject? Copilot teams.
Hidden channels, sir.
Where is it? All teams. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where is it? Where is my course? Is it this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Once click that one.
Okay. This is
Yeah, there is under
i-
general operation of data centers. It is there. Design and operation of data centers under general main channels. Yeah, down little bit down, sir.
this is generals. Okay. And you say here.
Left
Okay,
side. Yeah,
okay.
that's.
Perfect. We have this one, right? Now in this, I will just put in
And
the
share it. Yeah.
shared and you just put the files here. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So recording is already there. 6, 7. Oh, whatever I'm putting in the chat, it is coming here. Huh? Oh, three
Yes,
minutes
sir.
ago. So then I will put it everything here. Great. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Great. Thank you, Chandra. Okay. So I will put it there. I just need to make sure I go to the right course and then upload it. Okay. So hidden channels. Yes, Chandra, I got it. Very good. Thank you. I will put it here so that you have all the presentations and you are ready for every quiz. Okay. So let's get started. So you can see this presentation, right, Chandra? You can see this presentation, programmability, right? So APIs as the foundation of orchestration. What is it means? Is a software defined data center. It relies on an orchestration engine to coordinate all the components, and you know all the components, right? So API will provide the integration points between compute, storage, networking, and management platforms, right? And the programmable data center vision is every infrastructure function is accessible and controllable. That is through the API. That is all about uh, you know virtualization and programmable data center. Okay, so it is supposed to be not just programmable, but it is scalability should be also there. So elastic scalability as a core property for software defined storage, right? So software defined storage is inherently designed for elastic. That means we can, increase, decrease, scale up, scale down, right? And non-disruptive scaling, right? And scalability is enabled by hardware abstraction, which hides physical changes from the workloads. And this will allow you addition of new storage, removal or replacement of the hardware, right? Migration of new platforms without impacting the running workload. So people don't, there is no disruption, right? So this will provide the major advantage over the traditional scaling. Traditional scaling required to purchase, large memory arrays and a lengthy and risky data migration. All that is not required now, right? When you do this programmability, right? Then again, automation and orchestration. So software defined storage is designed to operate in an automated, right? And orchestration driven environment. That means the manual device level administration is replaced by workflow driven operations. That means it will enable you automatic provisioning of storage, policy based placement of workloads, automated failure recovery and rebalancing, and orchestration also coordinates software defined storage with compute virtualization, virtual networking, cloud and container platform. So these are the all the benefits of automation and orchestration. So in summary, you can say the software defined storage, the core characteristics of it is it will have hardware abstraction, policy driven services, programmability and APIs we just talked, elasticity and scalability, and automation and orchestration. These are all different, you can say characteristics of the software defined storage. Okay. Now, last time we discussed little bit, but what is this hyper converged infrastructure? Hyper converged infrastructure is an architecture that integrates everything, right? Compute, storage, networking into the single software defined systems, SDS. Software defined systems or software defined storage I call, but software defined systems is overall, right? The name for everything, right? All core services run on the same set of x86 nodes, right? Built on three foundation. First is compute virtualization, software defined storage, and virtual networking. All these three main foundations, they are all integrated together in a hyper-converged infrastructure. So, and it is all managed through single unified management plane. That is like a software, right? Overall, hardware converged infrastructure transforms the multiple infrastructure silos into the one integrated software defined platform. So this is very important thing that you should know. So in that, what are the components in HCI? If somebody asks, each HCI node will provide CPU and memory. CPU memory, this is all compute or local disk storage, virtual networking, all the networking, the your switches and Ethernets and whatever cable, right? And nodes are clustered to form a distributed system, and storage is provided by an embedded software defined storage layer, and management is centralized and policy driven. So what are the characteristics of this architecture? This is node based, scale out design, no external shared storage arrays, tight coupling of compute and storage. This is the benefit of hyper converged infrastructure architecture. Okay. So why people are adopting this? Because it is a simplified for deployment and operations. It is a linear scaling. You can add nodes to scale compute or storage. It reduced capex and operational cost, because you don't have to invest upfront, right? Whenever you need it, you can do it. And unified lifecycle management, right? So everything is automated provisioning, upgraded patching, everything you can do it, through some software too. Okay. So where it is best fit, because you can enterprise virtualization, virtual desktop infrastructure, remote office or a branch office, they call ARBO, right? So robo, right? So that place you can use private cloud deployments. All these are the places, use cases of hyper converged infrastructure. And what are the limitations? If somebody asks you what are the limitation of HCI, you should say it will be inefficient for storage heavy workloads. If it is, workloads are very storage heavy, then it is not that great. Okay. And fixed compute, it will have storage scaling ratios and storage dependence on vendor ecosystem, because there are various vendors and various storages. So we need to make sure that these limitations are understood and we create a hyper converged infrastructure. Okay. So this top level picture, how it looks like hyperconverged infrastructure is like this, right? So we have a prosthetic servers, right? We have SDS management, that software which is available. This whole platform will have so many software defined storage nodes. There is a storage software, hard disk drives, or solid state drives, everything. And this platform will have server plus storage fabrics, right? And then interconnectability is all about related to networking. And you have the host app servers on the cross-site server. So this is how the hyper-converged infrastructure looks like top level. Okay. And if you try to compare with the traditional versus converged versus hyper converged infrastructure, you can see this difference. You can, traditionally, that there are multiple separate silo hardwares, hardware, right? But they are like they have dedicated shared storage arrays, different management tools, because it is all individually traditional, right? So it has a complex to deploy and manage. You cannot scale that easily and all that. But converged infrastructure, it has a pre-integrated hardware stacks, right? Dedicated shared storage arrays, single management interface. There is some benefit, right, over the traditional. And it is complex, but still silos. It is not fully hyper-converged infrastructure. In hyper-converged infrastructure, this hardware is all virtual machines. Everything is virtualized, right? Integrated compute, storage, networking. So virtualized compute, virtualized storage, virtualized networking, and software defined solutions, right? Everything. It is not software defined storage also is there, but software defined solution means everything is software defined. It is single unified management plane, and it is definitely very simple, very flexible, and we can scale it up and down, right? So you can uh, look at this and understand how the traditional versus converged versus hyper converged infrastructure looks like, and how the data center is built. Now in latest and greatest data centers will be mostly hyper converged infrastructure. Okay. So basically there is one platform, but it will have many services, right? That means in the modern latest data centers, okay, they are built around a single software defined platform. That means this platform will deliver multiple infrastructure services from the same system. So what are those services, right? Services implemented in the software, right? It's not a hardware, but single software defined solution, right? Or HCI platforms. It will provide computer virtualization, block files, object storage, data protection, snapshot, replication, backups, all those features will be available. And it is considered to be very high availability and fault tolerant data centers, right? Performance optimization is there, caching mechanisms are there, and monitoring, analyzing, and reporting is very, very easy in the hyper converged infrastructure, one platform, right? So it how the one platform enable many services, because you can have hardware abstraction separates services from physical devices, right? Policy driven control defines how each service behaves, right? APIs and automation exposes services on demand, and new services can be added or updated through the software only. So benefit of this system is definitely reduced infrastructure complexity, fewer management tools, faster service provisioning, lower capex opex, and consistent policy. So I think with this, you should understand that how this one platform offer you the good services. So all this is summarized in this picture. Please look at it. Multiple appliances versus one platform. So you have one platform. It has sort of software defined, you can say solutions, hyper converged infrastructure, right? And we today call it as a software defined data center. And it will have all the benefits that we just discussed. Okay. So how the evolution of IT infrastructure is happening? You look at how it was, old days, like maybe it is given the timeline, 1995, traditional infrastructure, how it was, then converged, then hyper converged, and now everything is software defined, SDDC, software defined data center, right? And that also is evolving, right? They are trying to virtualize everything, the management, software defined storage, server, software defined network, everything. And we have IT agility. That means um, move storage as per the server, virtualizes servers, storage and network. All that is happening and evolving, by the way, right? And now I was just looking at one of the video from NVIDIA CEO. He just told 9 years back, whatever data center he had, the small size he showed, it is 100x more powerful, small size, but you can put those 9 year back, whatever, 100 of them. He was just showing in one hand that platform, what kind of, database, what kind of, um, you know, uh, whole compute, memory, storage, and bandwidth it achieves, right? So basically, evolution is very, very, aggressive, and still demands are higher. And you know that the software-defined data centers are now evolving in the sense that most of the database centers will be in the space now. Okay, so Elon Musk, you can see what he is trying to do, and power is the key. And to save the power, they are spending billions and billions of dollars to build the data centers, expensive data centers. And in the space, you can use the solar energy and power those data centers, and it will help them to reduce the electricity bills, which is becoming a major challenge for the data centers. Okay. So is the hyperconvergence hardware or software, if somebody asks you? So understanding the nature of hyperconverged infrastructure. So hyperconvergence combines both software intelligence with the physical compute storage, because without physical compute, without physical storage, without physical networking infrastructure like switches and whatever Ethernet cables and all those things, right? So you would have both, but this dual nature often creates confusion. People will say, is it a hardware or software? You can say it is both, because it is neither just software, not just hardware. You should say it is both software and hardware together, done in a way that it always runs on the basically physical infrastructure, but software is making things easy, scalable, manageable in every aspect of data center management. Okay, so um, the specialized hardware means that it will have, it will limit the hardware choice to vendor qualified product. That means, how do you get a hardware which is, higher stable, better performance, right? Increased usable capacity and lower cost. Cost is also very important, and we'll see in the next presentation, where we talked about how to manage the risk, right? Reduce risk due to tightly integrated hardware software, and there can be any other challenges that disruption of the data center can happen, and we need to work against that disruption and make sure that services offered by data center are uninterrupted and continuous, right? So hyperconverged infrastructure with software only virtual storage appliance, it will run as a software on the hypervisor. Hypervisor as again is a software, right? Enables broad hardware flexibility and avoid the vendor lock-in. That means you don't have to, have certain CPU only, Cross 86 or ARM based, or NVIDIA's GPU or Google's TPU. That doesn't matter. Okay, so you need to move to latest and greatest hardware, different memories also, and you need to have this software which can manage vendor agnostic, platform which can help you, take the benefit of reducing the capex as well as opex. Okay, so uh, sometimes you may be asked the question, right? What is the difference between software defined solution and hyperconverged infrastructure, right? You should say this is hardware assisted versus software only. Software only is HCI, right? So how the difference? People can ask you, what is the trade-off? What is good? Hyper assisted HCI or software only HCI, right? So we can give the differences, right? So in the hardware assisted hyperconverged infrastructure, you will have specialized hardware like vendor certified hardware, higher stability and performance, and increased usable capacity per node. But in the software only HCI, you will have, you know, community hardware. That means it will run the hypervisor, it will, the broad hardware flexibility will be there, and you don't have to worry about any certain hardware, right? Avoid hardware vendor lock-in. You can just have, it can take CPU, GPU, anything, right? All that can be, aggregated together and, you know, uh, basically compared to hardware assisted hyper-converged infrastructure where you have to tightly integrated hardware software stack or a given vendor. Limited hardware choices will be there. So this is all changing. So you can look at this diagram and say how the improvements are happening and how people are going from hardware assisted HCI to software only HCI. Okay. So you can more, go through these points. I'm not going to read every statement here, but key points is hardware, assisted, right? Or it's a hardware hyper converged infrastructure, right? Um, this will have, it depends on how the software defined storage to provide distributed and software defined storage, right? So it will give, but local disk are pooled and presented as a shared and resilient storage. Resilient storage means any resiliency means you can always say how the interruption will not impact the continuous functionality. There can be some interruption, but it will come back again and resilience means it will again you should be able to use it uninterrupted, right? So without software defined storage, HCI would require external shared storage defeating this purpose. So what he's trying to tell is what is the relationship between software defined storage and HCI. So software defined storage is very critical for implementing the HCI in the modern data centers. This is what these points are. Please look at it. Okay. So software defined storage and HCI in the SDH evolution path, because SDS enables the hardware abstraction and storage virtualization. It will help HCI to basically integrate compute and storage into the single platform. And you definitely need to think about design trade-offs, right? Like flexibility versus performance, hardware choice versus optimization. All that will be done when you are trying to build a hyper-converged infrastructure. So understanding the relationship between software-defined storage, hyper-convergent infrastructure for is definitely very, very critical for designing scalable, efficient, and operational operatable, right? Uh, Operable, you can say, modern data centers. Okay. So there is something in the syllabus point. What is the role of flash? Flash is a memory, right? So the flash memory, how it impacts the hyper converged infrastructure, right? So this HCI, consolidate compute and storage workloads, right, on the same node. We just uh, learn that, right? Then this consolidation significantly increases the IO demand, means how much data you are reading, writing to the flash, right? IO demand and latency sensitivity. So traditional hard disk drive, based storage, it will struggle to meet the performance, right? So we have this non-volatile memory called flash memory. So flash memory is a, like I can say, solid state drives you can call. With the flash memory, it will have low latency, it will have high IOPS. I hope you understood the word IOPS, right? It's very, very critical. Nowadays, this IOPS is very critical. People are trying to do better, controllers who are best IOPS, right? Anybody can tell what is IOPS means? What is IOPS means and how it is measured? Input output operations per second. So basically, if you are reading and writing to the memory, right? You can say output means you may be writing to the memory. Input means you are reading from the memory. So IOPS is the input output operations per second, and this is the performance metrics, right? That will tell you how many read and write operations you can do on a storage system per second. You have to find out, right? So each IO operation means one read or one write request, and IOPS means how fast the storage can respond to many small such random requests is IOPS. And this IOPS very critical because you need to understand, a typical example. If you say how they measure it, like hard disk drive, let's say 100 to 200 IOPS, okay, and SATA solid state drive 50,000 to 100,000 IOPS, and this non-volatile, which is the latest and greatest and fastest, is 500,000 plus IOPS will be there for non-volatile memories, right? So you should know in general, this is how the matrix is used for the speed with which we can read and write. Okay. Okay, so what is the role of flash? The flash is definitely a performance layer. We just saw how the hard disk drive SATA versus non-volatile memory like flash will have different IOPS. So it is actually helping you to improve the performance, right? So solid state drive definitely uses the flash to read and write the caching, tiering between flash and capacity drivers, logs structured or distributed metadata services, right? So Flash will improve the um, VM responsiveness. What is VM responsiveness? Anybody can tell me? What is VM? Is virtual machine responsiveness, right? A storage efficiency and predictable workload performance. So you should know how the Flash plays a critical role in hyperconvergence. Okay. So all flash in a hyperconverged convergence infrastructure is that SSD and NVMs, right? Maximum performance, lowest latency, and higher cost per node. Definitely, okay. It is expensive. That's why, although it gives the benefit of higher IOPS, it will be definitely expensive compared to hard disk drive and all that, right? So sometimes nowadays people use hybrid, to manage the cost. Some part they will have caches in the flash and SDD for capacity, that will help them balance the cost versus performance depending on what the data center is used for and how do you want to manage the cost. They do that hybrid HCI. Okay. So um, flash in the data center, when you say I'm learning design and operation of the data center, so you need to understand how flash will reduce the need for complex storage tuning, over provisioning of hardware, and it will enable you higher virtual machine density per node. It improves, it's faster rebuilds, right? And resynchronization is possible, and improved resilience, right? So during the failures, it can come back quickly and there is no interruption. Okay. So when you say I'm building the HCI with Flash, you should say I'm doing, some cost versus performance trade-offs, and I may choose to have the hybrid way like HDD versus Flash, and you can ensure that whatever bandwidth, network bandwidth you want to achieve, you can make mix and match to check the cost versus performance versus flexibility that you want to have in your data centers. Okay, so this is a good picture for you to remember hybrid versus all flash. Hybrid, you will have HDD and flash, and flash you can use for only caching, and rest for capacity you can use hard disk drive. But in the all flash one, everything, right? All solid state drives, right? So it will have maximum performance, but cost wise, very high cost, right? Because flash is expensive than hard disk drive. Okay. So why flash storage is essential? Because latency, we said less, right? In the monolithic storage, definitely legacy storage will have a lot of latency. You can see IOPS are very small, but when you go with flash based, I just gave you the numbers, I of numbers, right? So please remember, and maybe I will put in one of the presentation now. The hard disk drive, the IOPS is 100 to 200 IOPS. In SATA SSD, it is 50,000 to 100,000 IOPS, and non-volatile memory, that is flash, 500,000 plus IOPS is possible. So those numbers you can remember. This is latest data. Okay, so why flash storage is essential? Because the one SSD performance, it's equivalent to 24 hard disk drive. You can imagine now the scale, the performance, how you get it. And definitely then if you are getting that high performance, then you have to pay the cost, right? So it eliminates the performance bottleneck without increasing the node count, but the cost will be higher, right? So it is nowadays not optional, but it is fundamental for achieving the performance scalability. And in the latest data centers, we can see most of the time people are using the flash memory. Okay, so what you learn is um, what is the software defined storage means, how it is important and related to hyper convergence infrastructure. We talked about SDS. We talked about what is hyper convergence infrastructure means, and the relationship between the software defined solution and hyper-converged infrastructure, and the role of the flash was the last part. Okay, so with this, I little bit went fast, but you have these presentations. Please go through it. Is nothing that hard, but I would like to see if you have understood this CS06, and see if you can answer the questions um, given in the quiz. Okay, so let me give you the link for the quiz. So please, if you have a difficulty, please let me know. Okay, you can see that link and you are able to solve the quiz. Let me know, and we can even, if I finish today so the CS7, I can have another quiz. But let me see if you can do this quiz. Okay, can you please check? Click on the link, follow the instructions. I will get the full report of who has attempted the quiz. Okay, take 10 minutes and do it. And if somebody has a difficulty, please send me the message. You can basically, I will be able to see your responses. Okay. It should not take much time, and whatever we discuss, it is based on that only. Okay, let me see who does first. I can see the responses. Okay, anybody has finished? 10 questions. Okay. Somebody is getting the error. Okay. So, Sakshi, can you speak? What is the problem you are facing?
Sir, actually for me it is showing that please sign in with the account that can
Yeah,
edit this form.
yeah. Sign in with the account now. You have this account, right? You can use
Yes, sir,
email
but
ID. Mhm. Okay, how many people are able to do it? Just say same error
same
for
error.
Sujit. Okay, who else get the same error? Can somebody say you are able to do it? Anybody says you can do it?
Sir, first we need to sign out from
No,
the
sir.
account, then we need to log in with our bits ID. Then it will get
Please,
okay.
okay, please can you do
Generally,
that?
if you directly click on the link, it will go for our Wipro IDs. So we
Right,
need to sign out from that and we need to sign in back with bits ID.
correct. Very good. Thank you so much. Yeah, please can you do that?
Sir, excuse me, sir. I tried
Yeah.
assigning the quiz, but it's showing like the form is not accepting the answers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Same for me,
Um,
sir.
huh?
Same for
Yeah.
me. It is showing like form is not accepting.
The answers. Okay. Anybody's saying their answers are accepted? Hello?
No, sir, it was not accepted.
Nobody's, huh? So because we should have done it last time. Six. Nobody was able to answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means that is expired. Like last times, we should have done it last time. Okay, no problem. We'll see if we can do the. Anybody was able to do? Nobody? Let me see. Um, this form is currently not accepting the responses. Okay, good. Looks like everybody has the same issues. No problem. Looks like we have to do it when we finish that course immediately. But I was a little behind and we didn't finish six. And I was thinking without finishing six, I should not give the quiz. Okay, no problem. Well, all of you are back and you can see my screen. Let me see if you can see my screen. Can you say you can see my screen? Yes, you can. Okay,
Yes,
great,
sir, it's visible.
great. Thanks, Sexy. Okay, we will try to see if we can finish seven. You already have it, and let me open the seven, and we can do the seven quiz if we can finish that. Because this theory, you can read it. Only important thing is the concepts you should understand. Okay, so in the seven, um, you finally we will close it with the case study, but let me, this is a big presentation, but I will rush it through because a lot of things are very easy, simple. Okay, so um, uh, uh, we talked about this, and this is the seven, right, topics. We have to understand what is infrastructure types, right? Traditional versus converged. We already talked about actually that one, so I'll rush it faster. And then the business requirement challenge risk. Okay, there are like what are the risks, right? And there are regulatory landscape, right? How to avoid the lock-ins, how the changing the perception of IT cost, right? What are the complexes the complexities right now, agility, performance, automation, all that, right? I think most important thing is there are some um, business requirement challenges, right? So that we will go through. And also we talk about assurance, business continuity, and disaster recovery, right? So how to make a data center very resilient, right? So the last is the resiliency, right, and availability. How do you make it is the main critical topic of this presentation today. Okay, so let me see. So we talked about this traditional and converged one. Traditional one is, you can say, you have a server, you have a channel switches, storage, and network switches. Everything is like a um, you can say separate and individually managed silos, right? And but in converged one, you will have server, networks, and storage switches, and storage, all that in a converged infrastructure. It is all packaged right together, these components, into a single pre-configured validated unit to simplify the deployment, improve the performance, and lower the operational cost. So this is the main thing when you look at it, traditional versus converged infrastructure, how it looks like. Okay, so hyper converged infrastructure we already spoke. So you know that the benefits of hyper converged infrastructure is reduced costs, simplified operations, agility, scalability, modernization, right? Availability or reliability. What is it means? It is like uptime is very good, right? Defined by tier 1 levels. They are level 1 to 4, requiring redundant uh, uninterrupted power supply, generators, and cooling to prevent the downtime. So this is very important. Uptime is very critical. And scalability and flexibility means modular, flexible design allows for expanding the IT hardware, right? So power cooling without major structural disruptions. And security perspective and compliance perspective, they have like a biometric security guards will be there, and there is some logical security as well as some physical security. It is all, and they have compliances, ISO compliances, PCI DSS compliances. I will briefly talk about this. So these all are taken care, converged infrastructure. Okay, so uh, nowadays business requirement is making sure that you have power efficiency. You want to reduce the billing bill of the power, right? Reducing the power uses, very important. So they call power uses effectiveness, PUE. They have this terminology through advanced cooling, hot cold, cell containment, and sustainable energy. So we will so how the cost of cooling is reduced is very important. We'll find out in the different aisles how they manage it, right? And definitely total cost of ownership, right? TCO is very critical. Capex and OPEX, how to balance it. And you have to select the site, right? A lot of people now putting, I told you, one of the Microsoft server system was put in underwater, right? So that is site selection, right? Connectivity, proximity to the fiber providers, right? Power grid reliability, low latency for users. All that is taken care when you select the site, or the connectivity is how do you reduce the latency, and how the proximity of these data centers closer to the where the users are there. And most important one is disaster recovery. That means that can be geographic redundancy, or contingency planning for environmental or technical disasters. So we will go little details on that, but these are the very important business requirements nowadays. Okay, and any data center you have, if somebody asks you what are the risk factors in the data centers, so save the energy cost, have the best cooling and thermal management. You have the environmental and location risk. That means, if there is a flood, earthquake, you need to make sure that your data center system is uninterrupted, right? So, now for cooling, if you need water, there should be enough. There should not be water scarcity for cooling systems, right? And supply chain. Supply chain means, like, any components that you require to rapidly, you know, improve the, let's say, storage, or increase the compute resources, whatever, right? So AI hardware can make new designs outdated quickly. And now how do you quickly do it, and how to procure it quickly and deploy it, and have that data center latest and greatest way they build it, right? And definitely the security, cyber security, physical security, right? Cyber attacks are key. So during the construction or during the operation also, how do you have secure data center also? Physical security is also given for data centers. So they generally do the risk assessment. There are different methods to do the data center risk assessment. This is one sample table, right? So this table will tell you how people assess the data center risk, because this is not just a power or security or scalability. There are so many metrics, right? So there are like terror threat level, redundancy, compliance, years of operation, financial strength, operations team. Okay, all those data points they put it, and they will score. There are some numbers. I will give you the example so that you understand how the data center risk assessment is done. Okay, so you can see this matrix. You can different items are there. Those are the metrics for which we give some scoring, right? Risk of natural disaster or nature related risk, like 2 points for not located in a natural disaster high risk zone. So you can give the points, and based on the points you can add those points, and what you are talking. So it's basically, if suppose I want to find out physical layer security perspective, right? So you have maximum 10 points, right? And these points are distributed like 2 points for secure access to the site, like gate, guard stack. So every aspect of that physical layer security is given some points, and if you score 10 out of 10, that means you have the best risk management done, right? And you can score for each of these metrics what is the risk assessment for your data center. So you can remember this. I don't have to go through each of this, but this all 10 points are divided into different categories, and we have to make sure we get the highest points to ensure that you are covering the risk risks. Okay, so financial, okay, and you see financial strength, what there are 5 points, score 5 points, increasing revenue over past 3 years. So that means you have deployed the data center and you have consistent revenue increase, right, for past 3 years. If that is there, then you get 5 points. So basically you can assess the whole data center with different metrics that are outlined here. Okay, so um, there is something called assurance strategies. What does it means is, there are some standards which are defined and agreed upon, and whenever you build the data center, operate it, or newly install it, we have to make sure that we follow through some benchmark. So what are those benchmark? For security and reliability perspective, there is ISO or IEC 27001 is there. This is for information security, and SOC 2 type second, right, for operational integrity. These are all different standards. Okay, infrastructure design standards, there is TIA 942. You can just Google search, you can find out what it means. It basically talks about uptime institute tier, right? Classifications, they do it for verifying the physical infrastructure resilience, right? Including power redundancy or environmental controls, all that. These are the different buckets through which you can assure that your data center is compliant to some standards, and you can guarantee the full functional, operational, and the uninterrupted service from the data center, right? So like industry specific mandates are there, like for example, those mandates are like providers serving specialized sectors, right, must maintain niche certifications such as PCI DSS for financial transactions, or HIPAA for healthcare data, to remain legally operational in those markets. So if you want to talk about certain specific thing, let's say PCI DSS means what? Okay, so what it is just a, you can say, standard or some certification. PCI DSS, I will just talk about little bit more on PCI DSS, right? PCI DSS, also called as Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Okay, PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, and it is the security standard that will define how organization must protect the credit and debit card data. Okay, so for that specially you have the PCI DSS, right? So who created? The companies like Visa, Mastercard, American Express, right? Those guys collectively, they created the PCI DSS. Okay, and so who must follow it? Any organizations that stores, processes, or transmit the cardholders data, like merchants or payment gateways or banks, right? They should follow all that standard PCI DSS. Okay, so what it covers in the highest level, it covers protecting the cardholder data. It will help securing the networks and systems. It will also help controlling the access, and it will monitor and test the security features, right? So all that will be covered in this PCI DSS, right? So core requirement for that is you should have a secure network, you should protect the stored data, and you should be encrypting the data, right, when you transmit it, right? And you should definitely use antivirus or anti-malware softwares to ensure, and you should have secure systems and applications so that you can restrict the access, you can have a strong authentication, and you can track and monitor the continuous access, as well as you can regularly do the security testing, right? So all that, there are different compliance levels, by the way. Level 1 means biggest, like it is strictest, right? So number of transaction per year they will check, and they, based on this, we have to have certain level of compliance level, right? So level 1 compliance is the highest, right, strictest, right? And why all this matters? Because it will prevent the credit card fraud, it can avoid the fines, legal troubles, right, or loss of ability to process the cards, right? And it definitely helps you build a customer trust. So PCI DSS is the, you can say, rule book for keeping the card payments and data very secure, okay, credit or debit card data. Okay, so there is another important thing called business continuity planning. That means there are two major important aspects. They called business impact analysis, BIA, and it will have it characterizes applications into continuity tiers, that is mission critical versus deferable, right? To allocate resources effectively based on specific recovery time, right? Recovery time is how fast you can have a continuity of the operation. So there are two keywords you can see: RPO, recovery point objective, and there is RTO, recovery time objective. So what is the recovery point objective? That is, it's looking back from time of incident, and RTO means looking forward from the time of incidents. Okay, how do you manage this business continuity? So you can remember these two keywords, RPO and RTO. Okay, so basically RPO, at that point you have to have last backup point, you can say, and RTO you can say operational assumptions, and in between, these two operations, you have this disaster or disruption. It can be various reasons for that. So this is a very important difference between the RTO and RPO. This is all about how to analyze the business impact because of any disruptions, right? And how do you keep the business continuity using this mechanism, right? So how to plan it? You have to have, concurrent maintainability means aim for tier 3 or tier 4 standards. So ensuring that any component, what are those components? Power, cooling, network, can be removed for maintenance without impacting the load. So you need to have how to do the concurrent maintainability. That means there must be redundancy, right? Infrastructure, right? So self-healing infrastructure. That means there are some AI based, right, that can autonomously detect hardware anomalies and reroute the traffic to healthy nodes before a failure occurs. So it is called self-healing infrastructure. So these are the different aspects you need to consider when you want to have business continuity because of the any failures of the data centers, right? Predictive maintenance means they have something called DCIM, data center infrastructure management, right? So data center infrastructure management platform, it will have with machine learning to forecast equipment failures and optimize the thermal efficiency and all that. So all these advanced features in the data centers will help you how to plan for business continuity, right? And then there is something called n plus 1 and 2n redundancy. Anybody has heard about what is n plus means and what is that n stands for? Anybody has heard? Have you heard about n plus 1 redundancy or 2n redundancy? Anybody has heard? Please tell me. Redundancy, what is this n stands for? Any idea? Okay, so this redundancy, these are like redundancy scheme. Okay, this is used to keep the system running even when something fails. Okay, so there is something fails, and that means uh, what are the things we need to protect? We want to protect the power supplies, with data centers, right? Servers, networking, storage, everything has to be. So this N is the minimum number of units required to operate. That capital N, like N plus 1 redundancy means N is the minimum number of units required to operate. Then you have plus 1, one extra backup unit you put it, that is called N plus 1. Okay. So let's say example, right? You have, let's say you need 4 power supplies to run the system. So what you should do, in the N plus 1 redundancy, you should put 5 power supplies, 4 plus 1, that is called N plus 1 redundancy. Okay. So what happens then, in if failure happens, if one unit fail, then the spare unit that we have, already provisioned, right, N plus 1, right? So that will keep the system running. So benefit, definitely it is not much redundancy, just one, cost effective, good balance. But if more than one failure happens, then you have problem, right? So that is why. And then 2n redundancy, again the meaning, you install twice the required capacity, right? Like 2 independent full systems you can put it. That means if you have requirement of 4 power supplies, you actually install 8 power supplies. Okay. 4, like say on system A and 4 on system B. And then when failure happens, your entire system A can fail and system B still runs with the full capacity because we have added the 2x of power supplies, right? So what is the benefit? The very high availability, no single point of failure because you have double. But what is the cons? It's very expensive, right? 2x cost, right? Space, power, everything is 2x, right? Generally used in financial systems or mission critical infrastructures, they will have 2n redundancy. Okay. So I hope you understood what is n plus 1 means. N plus 1 means one spare for safety. 2n means two complete systems spare for redundancy. So n plus 1 and 2n redundancy. Okay. N is the minimum number of units required. Okay. So n is the minimum number of units required to operate the data center. Okay. Now, cloud disaster recovery plan, right? So how do you have this plan for recovery for a cloud, right? So these are the examples. Like first, you understand your infrastructure and outline any risk. Then second, you conduct the business impact analysis. Third, you creating the DR plan. What is DR plan? Based on your RPO and RTO. What is DR plan? Anybody knows what is DR plan in servers? Just now we talked. What did DR plans means? Disaster recovery, right? Disaster recovery plans. Okay. Disaster recovery plans means they basically predefined procedures, that will explain you how to restore the systems, how to restore the data, and how do you basically after major failure, how to bring back the operations to the normal. That is called, disaster recovery plans, DR. Okay. Create a DR plan based on the RPO and RTO. We just talked about it. Then approach the right cloud partner. Then build your cloud DR infrastructure. Then put your disaster recovery plans on paper and test it. And you are ready to go. And you can say you have planned it, the full cloud disaster recovery plan. Okay, these are the steps. Please remember it. And you can see that this is one example of cloud disaster recovery plan. Okay, so the different strategies are there. We just talked about few strategies, right? So you can disaster recovery strategies here, like a protection, restoration, recovery sites, right? High availability systems. And there is something called disaster recovery as a service, right? DRAAS. Basically they outsource disaster recovery for on demand resources, right? So this is very important file for you to understand what are the different strategies they use for disaster recovery. Different heads are there, and in that what you do, let's say for example, data backup and restoration. So you have to regularly backup, right, critical data for quick restoration, right? And there is something called disaster recovery sites. That means you have to establish the secondary sites for seamless operations during disaster. In one place something happens, you should have another redundant site where you can move the operation and have the continuity after the disaster. So please go through it. This is very important aspect. Okay. So disaster recovery use cases. You can. This is a very good file to give you. There is something called primary data center and there is secondary disaster recovery site. Right. Let's say Hyderabad and Pune is given the example. Right. So you build it and they are all connected. Like uh, um, you know. So you have a storage. You have the everything. Two places redundant. Right. If anything happens, you can just switch your operations from one place to another place, right? So this is a good example of disaster recovery use case, right? This is, you can say, 2n redundancy, right? So one additional redundancy, actually n plus 1. If it's only one site, you have one more site. Okay. So business continuity and disaster recovery plan. This is giving you a very good, picture representation, right? How the business continuity is um, managed or achieved during the disaster, right? So basically, there are policy layer, there are management layer, there are infrastructure layers. So all this, if you see the whole pyramid that you see, the business continuity plan versus disaster recovery plan. So whatever you see, the bottom, so all that is disaster recovery plan. Whatever see at the top from validation testing to the business continuity, that's called business continuity plan. So these are the two major aspects to ensure that during the disaster, we have a opportunity to continue the business. Okay. So I hope you are understanding this part. Go through it again. Okay, you should be able to understand how the business continuity and disaster recovery plan is built. Okay, data center compliance and certification. Okay, there are now standards we talked about, right? ISO 501 standard or data center standards are there. SOC1. So let's say, what is SOC1 standard, right? SOC1 standard for data center. What is that SOC1 standard, right? So if somebody asks you what is SOC1 standard in data center, right? So what you will say, SOC1 SOC1 standards, in the data centers, right? That means compliance standard. It is focused on controls that impact a customer's financial reporting. Okay, basically SOC stands for system and organization control. Okay, so it actually defined by AICPA. AICPA means American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Okay, and who needs SOC1? The any financial, like payroll processing, billing platforms, or payment processors, right? Loan servicing companies, or ERP, right? Accounting and software as a service providers. All that should have SOC1 standard. So there are some SOC1 report types, like type 1 and type 2. Type 1 means controls are designed properly and assessment at a point of time is done. And type 2 means controls are designed and operating effectively and assessed over the period, not just at a time, right? Over the period. That's called type 2. Okay, so type 2 is more valuable because usually this is assessed over the period of 6 to 12 months, right? So what is SOC1 focuses on? It focuses on transaction processing accuracy, authorization and approval controls, change management, right? Logical access control, data integrity, audit trails, all that is SOC1 focus areas, right? So you can say SOC1 is not about cyber security in general, but it is about the financial reporting risk. Okay, so you can go and talk about each of these. I just gave you the idea about PCI DSS also. See, all these data center compliance and certification are very, very critical. You can even, somebody ask you what is lead standard is LEED. Anybody has heard about this? I will give some details in one of the files, all these standards. But these lead standards, again, this is leadership in energy and environmental design. So that's our lead. So the data center, the energy and environmental aspects are very, very critical. So it is a global green building certification system that rates how environmentally sustainable your infrastructure is or your data center is. Okay. So who manages it? There is something in a US Green Building Council is there. They manage it. And what it evaluates, it will check location and transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality like air quality, lighting, comfort, all that, and basically regional priority, right? So all that lead certification levels are there. Every level has certain points. Okay, there is silver, gold, and platinum. Platinum means 80 plus points. They have the point system where they can tell you if you comply to these things, you have these many points and you are lead certified. That so why it is important? Because it will help you to understand, are you really lower in energy or water cost, or you have reduced the carbon footprint, right? You see this, so basically you can often, this is required for governments or any large enterprises to get this lead certification. Okay, so you can similarly go through each of these certifications, but this will give you the idea of how standardization on certification and basically compliances is being managed by the data center companies who build, operate, design, and operate, right? So there are these regulatory compliances. I talked about some of them, so please go through them. I'm not going to read each of these, but these are the standards, right? So there are some security management, operational audits, payment security, right? And there are certain regional privacy laws are there, strict mandate like European Unions will have GDPR or India's DPDP Act. Anybody knows India's DPDP Act? Have you heard about India's DPDP Act? DPDP Act in India. Have you heard about it? At least, no? Okay. What is DPDP Act in India? So basically, this means Digital Personal Data Protection Act. Okay. This was got into the implemented in 2023. So it is India's main data privacy law. This will lay down how personal data of individuals must be collected, used, stored, and protected. Okay, so what this DPDP Act is all about? It is about digital personal data, right? So in the data that is in electronic form, right? How the data is collected, right? How the offline data later digitized, right? So there are something called data principle. That means the individual, you and me, whose data is collected, data, like entity that decides why and how data is processed. So there are companies like government and all that. So and there are data processors which processes the data on behalf of the um, fiduciary. Fiduciary means the one who actually like governments or companies, who the entity that decides the why data is processed. Okay, so these three are the key players: data principal, data fiduciary, and data processor. Okay, and what are the key rights for individuals? Basically, you can access your data, you can correct your data, you can erase your data if not required, you can withdraw your consent, or you can grievance the redressal. All those are the rights given to individuals by DPDP Act of India. Okay, so you can read more about this, but yeah, these are all different regulatory compliances in place for the data center. Okay, so let's say for example, government services, right? So there is Fed or RAMP. Okay, what is it? So basically essential for data centers in the US, right? Providing cloud services to federal agencies requiring high level security authorizations. Okay, ISO 5001 for energy management. This is the international framework that helps the data centers to improve the energy performance and reduce the carbon footprint, right, through structured management. So these are all regulatory compliances. Please remember that data center design and operation is one part, but compliances making sure that you follow some standards is very, very important. And that's how the certification and different bodies for different things are there. Okay. Okay. So there was one topic called avoiding the lock-in. Lock-in means, what is lock-in means? So dependence on single vendor, right? So our technology making it difficult to switch to the other systems, right? So that is called lock-in. And how to avoid the lock-in? Because if you avoid the lock-in, then you get flexibility, you can get a cost control, and you can, future proofing means if something best available in the market, you can switch to that, right? So there is different types of lock-in: vendor lock-in, technology lock-in, and contractual lock-in. So for example, what is contractual lock-in means? So long term, if you contracts that restrict mobility and negotiation with other players, that's called. So what are the risks for lock-in? It is financial risk are there, operational risk are there, and strategic risk are there. And what are the strategies to avoid the lock-in? You can open standards and protocol. That means use open source technologies, standards to ensure compatibility. Modular architecture. You can design the system that can be easily modified or replaced. Okay, and you can use multi-cloud and hybrid solution. That means you can have leverage between multiple cloud providers, right, to prevent dependency on single one. So all these strategies, open standards, protocols, modular architecture, and multi-cloud and hybrid solutions, you can use it to avoid the lock-in. So left part is telling what is lock-in and what are the types of the lock-in, and what are the risk and strategies to avoid the lock-ins. Okay, so I'm going a little fast. I hope this is okay. Let me see if anybody has. You are okay? Anybody can respond and say my speed is okay, because this is very simple basic things, but this is very important. This is a part of your syllabus, and you need to know, how this is being done, how the data centers compliance works, what are certification, what are different bodies, and they are for what. All that you should know. And this presentation has all the details. Please refer back. But luckily, as I showed you, the evaluation is on different aspects. So you have assignments, I'm going to have small viva, maybe 5 marks, and then quizzes. I will continue, ensure now next time onwards, whenever we have particular compensation, I will take the viva, this quiz, so that I will see in general what is the consistency, people are getting marks and all that. Based on, I will allocate the 10 marks. Okay, so please pay attention to this, look at these presentations and get the details. Most importantly, you can ask the questions, because these are very fundamental basic things, but very, very important in present data center design and operation perspective, right? So nowadays, because of this whole thing, right, the perception of the IT cost, that means changing the perspective of the IT cost in data center design means shifting the capex. Capex means you put heavy upfront investment, right, heavy infrastructure, compute resource, everything, to the opex means building for actual utilization. You don't just invest so much money and buy the compute resources, memory, network, storage, everything, and whatever you need, right, for data center, and then you can wait to fully utilize. No, instead of that, opex focused means you can build it as you need it. You can remove, you can use cloud. There are service providers who are available to give you required compute, storage, whatever infrastructure you need, right? So basically it will help you to reduce the total cost of ownership, right? Power uses, effectiveness, then modular and scalable, pay as you grow, right, designs, right? Software defined infrastructure we just talked about, right? Shifting the complexity from hardware to software, that will allow you for use of commodity hardware, right? Reducing the vendor lock-in cost and making hardware refresh cycles very, very less expensive. Basically is better for you, flexibility perspective, right? And data gravity and egress optimization, that means design around data gravity by placing infrastructure near cloud on ramps, right? This slashes the massive monthly cost of moving the data between private servers and public cloud. So data gravity, right? egress optimization. So I will just try to explain you more on egress optimization. Okay, so egress optimization means what, right? Egress optimization means you are basically um, reduce the cost, latency, and inefficiency of data leaving a system or the network. So egress optimization, if somebody say explain what is egress optimization means, you should say egress optimization means reducing the cost, latency, and inefficiency of data leaving a system or a network. Okay, and you see how egress means outbound data traffic, or optimization means sending it smarter, cheaper, faster. Okay, so where this term is used, generally this AWS, Azure, or all these cloud computing companies use it. Data centers and networking, content delivery, streaming, hybrid or multi-cloud architectures use terminologies. Okay, so we need to stop at 3:45. We have 10 minutes. So let me see. I will show you now. Let me see what is remaining, right? Changing the perception of IT costs, changing budgetary landscape, career landscape, complexity, data center automation, um, orchestration for self-service data center, AI, non-AI workload for data centers. Yeah, that is growing, that right? Importance of resilience, definitely that is very key. The key values for data center resilience, right? Okay. Strategies for achieving the high availability, strategies for achieving the high availability, right? Failure mechanism, scalability. I think this is very general, and Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. So let me quickly, in 2 minutes, we can extend it by 5 minutes if you're okay. Is it okay? Because I will make sure we finish our quiz also today. Okay. Okay, this is very basic, but let me quickly run it through, right? What is the changing the perception of IT cost? OpEx, right? We talked about it. And building, budgets are moving from monolithic capital investments toward the flexible, high density and speed oriented spending models, right? So you can say global data center expenditures are projected to reach $3 trillion by 2030. So construction cost for shell and core alone are rising at a 7% CAGR, right? So I hope you know what is CAGR means. Anybody knows what is CAGR means? CAGR. CAGR means? Can somebody give long forms? CAGR is nothing but compound annual growth rate. Okay, 7%. Average over 11 million per megawatt in 2026. So this is some data point. I think um, I think stop here and see if we can, how many questions you can answer, because I think um, I don't think I will be able to complete in a given time all the aspects of it, but you can see how the cost of data center is calculated in terms of gigawatts power. And resilience, I think this is very straightforward, but let me see and check how many questions you can answer from the quiz that I will give today. Okay, because it is what is happening is you are not able to basically uh, attempt the quiz if you push it to the next class. So let me take a quiz for um, today's 7, right? Today's 7. So I hope you can see me. I'm trying to use the existing quiz created for you to for 7. We are by the way, we are chatting, we are discussing all that among the other professors, and helping each other to. This is the quiz link. So let me copy this. Okay, this is for 7. Let me copy this and put it in our link, and let me now know how many you can answer. Don't worry, I will see if whatever part is not covered. I hope you can see it and let me, but questions are not that hard. Okay, let's try this now. Can you please try this link? I hope it is accessible now. Sakshi, can you please tell me if you are able to access it? And you can attempt this quiz. I will talk about remaining part maybe next time, but let's see how many you can answer. I think most of the questions you should be able to answer. I remember this quiz is not hard. Based on our so much discussions over 6-7 classes, you should be able to answer.
Sir, it's also showing same. The form is now closed.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, you can see my screen. My screen you
Yes,
can
sir.
see. Let's go through
Yeah.
this. Okay, let's go it together. You can see my screen, right? You can look at it. Huh? So if you are not, let me answer the questions, right? So dash dash is a software defined unified data center architecture that integrates compute, storage, networking, and virtualization into a single x86 based appliance, right? Hyperconverged infrastructure, correct? You agree? This is the answer, right? The second one, I think answers are here, but just read it. Which of these is not a risk assessment matrix for data center design? You know, cost management, total cost of ownership. This is not a risk assessment matrix. Rest of the proximity of to the risk, physical layer security, uptime, track record, all that is a risk assessment matrix, but this is not. Okay. Next, evolving sustainability reporting requires that few that for the new 2026 mandate, the European Union energy efficiency, right, we talked about directive EED, requires data centers to report precise performance metrics specifically in dash and dash area. What are those areas? That is power usage efficiency and water usage efficiency. We talked about it. Okay, this is the answer. And then fourth one, dash representing the maximum acceptable amount of data loss measured in time a company can tolerate during the disaster. Okay, basically recovery point objective that we just talked about, RPO, right? Recovery part, recovery point objective. Okay, the next one, data center redundancy configuration is classified as n plus 1. We talked about, right? What is n? What is the n? We just talked about, right? N refers to the baseline level of capacity or components needed to run the data center at a full load. This is n. And n plus 1, you have additional redundancy, and 2n is double, right? So you can see based on that. So n is the minimum baseline. Okay. Which of the following is not a disaster recovery plan? Policy and standard. So data backup, offsite replication, alternate site, all these are disaster recovery plans, right? But not this policy and strategies. But these three are definitely a disaster recovery plan, right? So DASH is the global benchmark for establishing an information security management system focusing on rigorous risk management and data confidentiality. So ISO standard 2700 we talked about, right? So please remember, this is for, it is focusing on rigor risk management and data confidentiality. So this is the standard, and these different standards are for different purpose. So you can just look at it and remember what are the standards specifically for. So this we talked about, although I didn't spend much time talking each, but we talked about PCI DSS in detail, DPDP in detail, right? You can look at the other one also. Okay, what is dash is the best strategies to avoid lock-in. What you can do? Yeah, adopt a single vendor. This is the best strategy for avoid lock-in. No. Go to the private cloud solution. No. Design a unified methodology. No. But open standards and protocol that will help you to avoid the lock-ins. So we just talked about it. To improve the agility, a complex model called dash is designed to manage the density of components in data centers. These virtual virtual replicas simulate power and thermal changes before physical deployment, preventing standard capacity and catastrophic failures. So basically, digital twin. I think I didn't talk about it, but next time I will talk about what is digital twin means and how it helps for data centers, right? The last question, you can see which of the above contribute to data center automation. I think this topic also, but you can easily see in the data center automation, infrastructure as code, we talked about it before. Orchestration and containerization, we talked about it. That is data center infrastructure management, we talked about it, right? Monitoring and incident management, all these are there. So that's why all of the above. So these contribute to data center automation. I think you should have been able to answer it, but let me check why you are not able to. Anybody was able to do this? Say yes. Anybody? No?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
For me also, for me school.
No problem. Don't worry. I will just find out.
Sir,
Thanks.
I am able
Thanks.
to do that, sir.
How come? How come
Sir,
you are
I'll
able?
show you. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Can you please?
Click on
Can you
that
please?
link. Click on that link, sir.
This one? This one? Okay.
That one. Huh.
Okay. I need to do something.
There will be one setting tab. There will be one setting.
Where is it?
Style. Here. Style setting
Yes.
preview.
Yes. Go to style or
Click on
settings.
Settings.
Okay.
Scroll below, sir.
Oh, anyone can respond. Students.
Anybody can respond and scroll below. There will be option accept responses, and there will be a specific. You can specify at start time and end time.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me do it and we can wait for 5 minutes. Okay, let's do it. Options, accept responses is okay. Then response
Okay.
recipients, allow the recipients, right? Response after submission.
No, sir. Click on start and end date, and there you can give a start and end date. At that time, the quiz will be active.
Start date is today is this.
7 to
yeah, we
12.
say
Yeah.
4 p.m. No, we should just now say right now. What is time now in India?
12:15.
12:15.
Yeah.
12:15. Okay.
And
End date. Same.
Not
And
15,
say
it's 50.
15 minutes.
Sorry.
Sorry for the interruption. Not 15, it's 50. 12:50.
Okay.
12:15, bro. Right now.
But I will do it earlier time now, so you can do it.
Yeah.
So let us see. No, if otherwise I will fix it. Okay. So I am thinking this time is giving no. I think okay 12:15. So I will say 12:25. Okay. 12:30. Let's see. Okay. And set the time duration. Not required. Okay. Let me do it. Okay. I will say 10 minutes.
And after that, sir, click on collect response.
Yeah, that I have put it already, right?
And then from there you will get a link.
Yeah. And then I should say allow the receipt of response, right? After submission. This one. Correct? Yeah. Get the email notification for each response. Okay, I will get allow receipt of response.
You can select any.
Okay, this is done. Thank you so much. And let's see. Now you can try. Can you just try? Guys, please try it. So you have to go to settings, practice mode, options for quiz. Okay, I'll put it a practice mode. Let's show results automatically. You can also see the results automatically. Okay, anyone can respond. Accept the responses. Start. I have put it, and you can submit. Okay, next time onwards I will take care of this one. Response. Allow the recipients to respond. Okay, get email notification. So let me see here the email notification also. And I hope you are able to see it now. Can you check?
For me, it's same. The form is not accepting responses.
Really?
So first you have to click on collect responses after this.
I have done that. 10 minutes and set time duration. Okay, I'm not able to allow the response, right? So where is the collect response?
But at the top, that highlighted button, collect responses.
Here, this one?
Not, yeah.
Okay. Collect response.
And now copy this link and give us, I think so.
Okay, let me try that. Thank you. I don't know why I should know this, all this I will find out. Okay. Can you just now check this one? CS7 design. Now you see. I will next time onwards, I will take care of this. Now you see.
No, so still it's saying that the form is currently not accepting responses.
Yeah,
This
sir.
form is currently not accepting the responses. Okay, let me check with the other faculty and come back. Not a problem. Okay,
Maybe,
guys,
sir,
thank you.
it is capturing your time.
No,
It
no,
is
it's okay.
capturing.
No time is available. Maybe
Sir,
No,
I will.
sir,
maybe it is taking your time.
now people can check. I have removed that time constraint from that. Now you can access.
Can you try, guys? Let me again click on the link.
So first link or second?
Yeah. See, now this link is working, guys. Please check
Sir,
it.
now working.
Yes,
Yes,
please,
yes.
please. So he did
Yes,
so.
sir.
So
Now
what did you do?
directly you
Can you please
submit.
tell me what did you do?
Sir, I have removed that time constraint, start and end date from that
Understood,
form.
understood. So you basically, when I go there, you removed a start and time date. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically go to settings and practice mode. I put it, okay, show results automatically. Only people with WLP, that's okay. And then accept responses is fine. And you actually, you removed the start date and end date.
Yeah, start and end date.
Thank
Yeah,
you
because
so
of that
much.
start date and end date, that problem was there.
Understood. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see, and let me know who are all able to look at it and do it. We talked about answer also, but hopefully you are able to submit it, and let's submit it, and let me see if I can collect all the responses on my XLS. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I submitted.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. I think you are able to do it. I think most of you. So I have to make sure.
Yes, sir, I have also submitted.
You were able to. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Me too, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me where I was seeing it? I forgot it now. Sorry. Where was it? The responses. I think I went to this place and I was here and then mark as a read customize view. No.
No, sir. There will be a form name application. I
Open
think.
open in new window, screen sharing, mark as read. Where was it? Last time
click on that three dots here in that
this one,
chat
this one,
teams
this one,
assignment
right?
something. No, not there, not there.
No.
At the top
Top
left
right?
side.
The
No,
left side.
left. There will be three
Three
below
dots are there.
above apps, three dots will be there. Below
Oh,
Copilot.
Below Copilot. Okay, these
Below
three
Copilot.
dots. Okay, this one. This
And
is where I went.
there you can search forms.
Yeah. Last time I came here and then
There you can search forms.
yeah. I will say get more apps. So you have to check only the
No,
forms.
you don't need to click on get more apps, sir. There's a search right left side up. In that, if you type forms, it will give you.
Got it. Forms, right? So yeah, okay, good. So I will learn this. This is something interesting technology. We should have this. Okay, go to the forms.
No, this is forms IQ. Probably this is not
Sir,
the one.
I'll show you the
Sir, in
better way.
front of you there is
The
one
link
forms,
which you
sir.
have gave.
So this forms, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You
And
can
then
add it.
Add that.
You can click on the word add, sir.
Okay.
Now
And
you can
Open.
open that.
Open. Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
And then you have to go in that forms. Open.
Okay.
Click on
Open.
open.
Review. Okay. Open here. Open. Try
Got
out
it.
form. Got it.
Where
It's not
I
coming up.
think it will come in that three dots, sir. Now you have added that app.
Okay.
Down three dots just above the apps now.
Now here search
Now
app.
here in search, just type forms, sir. Oh, it's not coming.
Sir, means that way the link which you give, you can go from there also, sir.
You can
Okay.
just click on the chat where our
Chat.
call is there, sir. and click
Mhm.
on the form that you have provided us.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, you can open the call. You can open the call where we are all there, sir.
Okay.
Our
Here, this
yeah,
one.
this
Click on
call.
that link.
Click on
Should
that
Click
I?
on
link.
that link.
This one.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay. And I should
And
go to
then
these
click
three.
on
Few
that.
responses.
Huh?
View
Few
No, sir.
responses.
You want all forms, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Which
no.
you give.
Whatever, right? Responses. This one is. This is, I think, 31
Yeah.
responses.
Yes.
Looks like,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
You can
So
collect
Yeah.
in
let
open.
me see if you can
Here you
see
can
it.
click in open in Excel. So
Open in
it will show
Excel.
you our roll number, everything.
Let me see it. Okay. Allow.
Hello.
Yeah.
And is it came somewhere here? It was showing.
So it is
Uh,
downloaded. It
It's
is in
Okay.
you
Excel.
can open your downloads and check. So,
Understood. Okay. Good. So let's see if your names are there. All of you are done or only few of you?
Yes, we have done.
Okay. Let's see. Don't worry about it. But next time onwards. Okay. This is looks like 32 people. Where are the other people? And where is the marks?
Sir, I'm still getting error only.
Okay.
You
How?
can scroll. You can
You
scroll.
don't have
You can scroll.
permission.
I mean,
No.
horizontally. You
Try
can scroll
checking which
horizontally. It will
email
show you
ID you're
marks.
using. Like probably if you don't use your Bits Pilani email ID, right? It shows that you don't have permission.
Okay. Please use your Bits Pilani ID. Others are who are not able to do it. I think some people. But where is the marks? I'm not able to see the marks. Names are there.
One second.
The right side, you have to scroll
Yeah.
to the
Right side
last
only.
column.
Last column.
Okay.
There will, sir. There is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
all
3,
of the
4,
above.
5,
Which of
6,
these?
sixth column is there. It will show you the marks. Sixth column in sixth column.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total points.
Six.
Okay.
That one.
This
That one. That one.
Okay. But
There's
That is
nothing there.
not. No.
why
In
is
my
not
PC, it is showing. In my PC, it is
really?
showing. Yeah.
And you are seeing only 32 people?
No,
One
the
second.
rest are still
Let me
doing,
check.
sir.
Okay. But at least 1, 2. Can you share it your screen? How come you are seeing it? I'm not able to see it.
No, sir. In my it was a previous one. CS6.
No.
I was
That
seeing
we were
CS6.
saying, no. Last time we were saying, no. I want to
I'll
see the
check,
present
sir,
one.
why it is not happening.
Just open that place where we have downloaded the CSCLX, like that download form. Like where you have downloaded. So review answers or post scores.
See the
You just
increasing.
click
See
on post scores.
post course.
Yeah. So here you can see our score. Everybody.
Okay,
what we got.
90%, 80%, 40%. Okay, good. So these are the scores. Okay, good. Thank you so much. This is great. This has okay. So what is this zero he's showing?
90%. No, that is the other thing. So 90%, that is the score, sir.
Okay.
That means, sir, for the questions you
Sir,
haven't,
actually,
you haven't
you
set
haven't
a
like
grade for
marked
any
the
questions. Like
scores.
there are, questions like you can set question one has 2 points, question one has 3 points. If you
But it
set
was
that,
there.
then
No,
there will
it
be
was there.
points.
One point. See, each one was there. No.
Well,
See.
by default, it is like that, sir. So basically, they don't show you the points; they just directly go to the percentage.
Okay.
10 questions,
Let me.
1.10, then 90%.
Got
You
it.
can just click all and post the scores, then we can see.
So this, let's say like Bosle Manashi, right? So if I see, she has done all correct. See, this is what it is. Okay, good. Understood. Okay, so each one we should have the points for each, right? So it looks like for this points. Okay, so it is giving. Okay, she has done correctly all of them. Okay, good. So let me, myself do some homework on this so that I don't take your time. Okay, thanks, guys. Anything else? Yeah. Any comment?
Sir, I have made changes in that form. Now you can see that
I
marks.
should be able to. Okay, let me
Now you
share.
can see the mark. Now you have to download that Excel.
Let me share the screen to you guys so that
Yeah.
you can show that I'm doing the right thing. So I came here. Okay.
Click on that form.
I should go to
Click
the
on that
form.
link.
Yeah, link.
Yeah.
Okay. And on
So
this
what
link, I
have you
should
done here,
say
sir?
view
Is that
responses.
you haven't given that points to that marks. I mean,
Understood.
questions.
First one
Yeah.
actually has no point. Okay, this was there. No, 1 point. 1 point is there. No.
No, no,
Is
I
there? No.
gave, sir. Later I
Ah.
gave. Now I gave.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay,
now you
okay.
can now you
View.
Sir,
can
if
view
you click on the
responses.
question, if you we will show
And
you how to put points, so it will be more better.
Okay, let's say this one, right?
click on the question
So
and there is a
just go
points.
down here. You can see left side points.
Here it is there. No,
One
here.
there you
Yeah,
have
Here
to put
point
yeah,
one.
I
Yeah.
gave that. I
Okay,
gave
okay.
that.
You
So
gave
that's why
that.
it
Okay,
shows.
I should do it every question because I
for
do it
every
here.
question you
I'll
have to put points and you have to put
there.
option called required. So
I
if
see.
we have to compulsory attempt that question, that is this one.
Okay, everything should be like you should say required, and you should put the
And
point here.
points.
That's
Points.
all for
And sir,
each
Points.
of
now
these.
you can click view responses and
Yeah, yeah.
now it will
Now,
show you
okay. View the
the
response. Open in Excel. 37 people. Average score is 9.1. That's good. Huh? Very good. So let me see now. And maybe the column. Yeah,
now
this is
it
the
will
column.
show you the marks.
Fantastic. Great. But what about other people, man? 37 people only. Where are the other people? They are not able to do it. Okay, who is not able to do it? Can you please fix it? We can take 5 more minutes.
So whoever is
37.
not able
Sir,
to
no,
do, you
the
can
link
screen
is
share.
open, sir.
Probably someone will among
Yeah.
us will help you.
Can somebody please screen share it and show me how you are not able to do it? 37 people were able to do it. We are 56 people. Can anybody share
Yes,
it?
sir. I just tried. And I see the points is now showing. Like it's
Wonderful.
9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. What is the result? It's
Fantastic.
showing, not the
Very good.
percentage.
Very good. Anybody who has not able to attempt it, if you use your bits ID and click this link, are you able to see it? If nobody is saying, then I should see at least 54 responses. Okay, so I will go here. I will say few response. I see 38 people, only 1% increase. So where are the other people, guys? Okay, next time onwards, I'm going to give you real marks. Okay.
Sir, you actually probably shared the wrong link. Okay, like this design page. Well,
No, this
this
is how come it is
No,
wrong
no,
link?
no.
See,
The
see,
latest form that sir gave, right? That we are able to open and do the quiz.
see
So
this one, right?
wait,
See
this
this
one is the
CS7, right? This is what I have give you. 10 points
yeah.
it is given, and each point is
Sir,
mentioned.
I'll show. I'll say you, sir. When
Yes.
you give us the link, when you design this, design
Yes.
all, and then do the settings. After that,
Okay.
click on collect responses,
Third
and then
response.
there will be one link.
And that
so
link
you
I will
just
share it.
once click on
That
collect
link you have to
responses, sir.
paste.
No,
Click
it's
on
So
the
collect
text
responses.
responses,
whenever
sir.
you paste the link now, whenever you paste the
Now that
link,
The
upper
there is
link,
this
you can
design
upper
this
page.
link
link.
is there, right, sir? The copy
This
link,
That
is
link
shorter
is
one.
the
You have
link
to give that.
for student.
this is one, right? Copy link.
Yeah,
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 this
This
yeah.
one,
is the
this one,
link
this
for
one.
student.
See, so okay, this link is only what I gave. No, let me
No,
try
No,
one
sir.
more.
you
You
actually,
gave
sir,
upper link.
You
you
initially gave other link also, sir. There where we are
Ah,
able to edit.
okay,
So
okay. Let
that's why.
me try to share it now. This link and see the people who are not able to do it can do it. I hope this is the same link, but maybe the settings are changed and all that. Let's see. Can you try this latest?
Yeah. Sir, if you
Same link,
want to
but
know
sir,
the
but the options are
difference,
different.
sir, one more thing. If you want to know the difference, if you have put the correct link or not,
Hmm.
here in this link, if you see CS7 design, so this is the title that you gave for the forms. So
Correct.
if you're giving the correct link, that title will come. But if
Yes.
yeah,
you are giving
sometime,
the
but there is
link
a
that we are editing,
Hmm.
so that will have
Bhavana,
HTTPS forms
Bhavana,
and all.
Bhavana.
Hmm.
Sometimes there is an issue like when sir will try to copy it. Sometimes
Hmm.
the link will not parse and it will show just the URL. Okay. Sometimes
Hmm.
network issues can happen. Sir, can you just open the Teams chat where you have pasted that link? I'll show you one more thing.
Okay. So let's
Look
go
for
to
this.
the
No, you can
The
close
Teams.
this, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go here.
Yeah. Sir, can you just go a little bit up?
Up.
The other link.
This one.
Yeah, well, the
This
first
one.
link you have pasted.
The first one. This one. This is the
Yeah,
first
you
one,
see,
right?
sir, there is a one thing. There is this design page V2. You see that, sir? The second line
So in
on
the
the link,
link URL, if you read
Can I?
it in the
Uh-huh.
second line,
design
design
page
page is there.
V2. Whenever you see that, don't paste that here because design page means
Ah.
it's the editable part.
So
Ah.
you are giving us access to edit that entire form.
So
Edit
you
the
can
entire link.
actually do what I am doing if you give this link. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
are
Yes,
able
yes,
to
sir,
find.
yes, sir.
if I have the design page now, I can
Oh
just
my
add a new
God.
question.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Excellent. So I will next time onwards, I have to do that homework. I have to make that whole link ready, or but I in front of you,
And sir, if
I'll
there
be
any
making.
issues, we will help you, sir, there.
Yeah. But what I'm
Yes,
saying
yes, yes,
is,
sir.
in front of you, if I open it and there are answers, you remember?
No,
It
sir,
was.
if you're
Sir,
opening that
now we are
editable
getting
link,
answers.
Yeah, don't open the design page before us, because if you open it, we
Ah,
will see the right answers.
got it.
huh.
So I will just say stop sharing and do all this, right? And then
Yeah, basically
basically,
it's a paper leak.
got it.
No, sir, if you now open that HTTPS one, right? Just
Right.
once open, immediately if you open, we won't be able to see the answers. But if you scroll down and all, we will be able to see.
Yeah, it
So
will
Understood.
if you
take
click
time.
on
It
this,
will take some time,
Understood.
but
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
educating me on this. And let's hope best luck for you and me for conducting next quizzes. And we will try to, collect all the marks from that. And I will have maybe 5 minutes Viva at the end to make sure that you guys have really done it. But let me see if anybody has tried after our discussions. Nobody is trying.
No, sir, it
Okay.
is direct link now. You
No,
have to
sir,
complete the
direct
whole
link.
Ah,
You
link.
need to open another thing.
okay. Okay.
Just
Okay.
scroll
Yeah,
Okay,
up.
guys.
scroll up. Scroll up, sir.
Scroll up. Actually, if I go up, I should go
Yeah.
this
Right now
link.
there are 41
No, this
responses,
one, no,
sir.
this one also not, sir.
no, this
Scroll
one
up.
is also the
Ha,
original
this
form.
one,
The
sir. This one, this one,
HTTPS forms page is the
this
one
one.
that is editable.
Got
42
it.
members
Yeah.
have been agreed, sir.
So you
41,
you
41
go to
members have
the
done.
response and 41 people have responded.
41
Average
people.
Yeah,
score is
Sir,
still
25.
in
13 more
this
people.
page,
Hmm.
sir, basically now if you go back to questions, if you click on the left side,
Average time.
um,
Man, you guys are doing like 2 minutes, man. Hmm.
no,
So I
that's
should not give you 10
average
minutes.
time, sir, like
No, but
max.
but
That's like
but
in
but what is
basically people are doing.
what is the maximum time somebody has taken? Hmm.
Probably
Probably it is not
check
that.
the
I
Okay.
average.
think it will not,
So you're
sir.
And
showing
what
offers,
is
sir.
what is the 97% here?
So this is
97
this
gave
is
correct
for
answer.
like every question.
Oh,
How many
ah,
people answered? 97 people
got it.
answered one answer, and
Got
3%
it.
people answered another. So this
Perfect.
page you're not supposed to open in front of us, so we
I
will be able
understood.
to see the entire answers.
Understood. Good. So I
So
will
now
do
if you
some
go
homework.
back to questions, just
Okay.
click on that back to questions.
Yeah.
So now if you have any doubt, like see, in this page we are able to see only first question's answer.
Okay,
So
okay.
even if you open this, one question probably will be able to see the answer. So we can
No,
still help you.
anyway, what I can do is I will do myself, no, before come here only, or I will just stop sharing and try to do. If I'm stuck, I will ask you. And
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
basically, when I open it, I should make sure I put right point and say this is required, okay, for each.
Yes.
That I will do. And I think you are able to see the answers, right now?
Yes, sir.
Now we are
Ah,
able to see, but
so I
yeah,
will,
if you give the
yeah, when
other
I
link, we won't be.
understood. Perfect. I got it. I will definitely next time do it properly for you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. And
Okay, sir.
we will continue next class next Saturday. Okay. Thank you so much and have a
Thank
great
you,
day
sir.
for you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bye,
sir.
Bye
sir.
bye. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye,
day.
guys.
Bye bye.